Hi there, I'm Sri Lanka from English Win. Today it is total immersion. Total immersion is you are totally immersed in the language. That is, you are surrounded by the language for a small period of time. During that period, I'm going to tell you a story. During that period, you are not listening to Sinhala. Maybe you can learn English using Sinhala. But if you are totally, or basically, mainly, if you are listening to Sinhala, you happen to think in Sinhala. When you think in Sinhala, you cannot speak English in a good way. That is it. So therefore, if you want to speak English language beautifully, you have to think in English. To think in English, you have to be surrounded by English. You have to be totally immersed in the language. That is what I'm doing. So, shall we go to the story? I have taken the story from English book 6. That is this has been printed in 1968, grade 8 book. You just try to see how beautiful these things are. This is a letter to a pen friend, a letter to a pen friend. I think I would be able to give you a copy of this in the form of PDF. Yeah, I'll give you the link in the description. A letter to a pen friend. A letter to a pen friend. Who is a pen friend? Pen friend is a friend, your friend, but you haven't seen him or her. You have written to him, you have written to her. Yeah, they are pen friends. Do you remember Sita Senaratna and her pen friend, Pamela Smith? Pamela Smith. The pen friend is Pamela Smith. They often write to each other. She writes to this girl and she writes to this girl, to each other. Okay. They often means frequently. That is, say if you send a letter this week, maybe you are sending another letter after 2 weeks. Maybe the frequency is really high. The number of times you write the letter to that girl is really, really high. When you think about a period, 1 month, at least you send one letter. So therefore, we can say that quite often in American English is often, okay. They often write to each other. Here is one of Sita's letters. This is Sita's letter. Number 24, Station Road, Kalagama, Ceylon. Those days Ceylon, not Sri Lanka. 10th January 1968. 10th January 1968. Yeah. Dear Pamela, this is the letter. Dear Pamela, not Pavela. Dear Pamela, I showed my friends all the pictures that you sent me. I showed my friends. Hi Sita, hi Rani, hi Amila. These are the pictures, my pictures. My pen friend sent me these pictures. Beautiful, something like that. I showed my friends all the pictures. Number 24, Station Road, Kalagama, Ceylon, 10th January 1968. Dear Pamela, Pamela, I showed my friends all the pictures that you sent me. I showed my friends all the pictures that you sent me. You sent me pictures, beautiful pictures from UK, United Kingdom, and I showed my friends, Rani, you just see whether this picture is beautiful. This is Big Ben or this is that. Pamela sent me all these pictures and things like that. I showed my friends all the pictures that you sent me. They said that they were beautiful. My friends said they were beautiful. Oh, Sita, these pictures are really beautiful, they said. Oh, Sita, nice pictures. Oh, who sent you all these things? Oh, Sita, what a wonderful pictures they are. Are they yours? Oh, really, something like that. They can talk about all these things. They said they were beautiful. My cousin Leela wanted the picture of Big Ben for her album. My cousin Leela. My cousin Leela, cousin, I'm going to tell you what cousin is. My cousin Leela wanted the picture of Big Ben for her album. My cousin Leela wanted the picture of Big Ben. My cousin Leela. Basically, cousin is um, a child of your uncle or aunt. Your uncle, your aunt, a child of your uncle or aunt. Clear? That is cousin. First cousin, no. There are different things. We are not going to talk about all these things now. My cousin Leela wanted the picture of Big Ben for her album. My cousin Leela wanted a picture of a Big Ben. So yeah, Big Ben. Basically, Big Ben is basically a large bell in the clock tower of um, what do we call it? The Houses of Parliament in London. The Houses of Parliament in London. Um, the the bell fixed to a clock tower. That is it. I think you know the idea. You know the thing. Big Ben for her album. I had to give it to her because she is such a nice girl. Pamela sent me a picture of a Big Ben. But my cousin, what is the name? Leela. Leela wanted the picture. She likes it a lot. I mean, the picture of the Big Ben. Yeah. Next paragraph. Last week I met an English lady at my uncle's house in Colombo. Last week, really simple language. I met an English lady. English lady is a English native speaker from Britain, basically. I met an English lady at my uncle's house in Colombo. Her name is June Palmer. June Palmer. Not April. June Palmer. Her name is June Palmer. June Palmer. June Palmer is the lady she met at her uncle's place. Clear. And I must tell you something about her. I must tell you something about her. Why should this girl say that I must tell you something about her? I must tell you something about her. Yeah, yeah. She's really important. I like her. Maybe a reason like that. So I must tell something about her. I mean, when we are talking about, I just remembered that I met that Pamela. Is that Pamela? Yeah, Palmer. Yeah, June Palmer. So June Palmer is really, really interesting. Actually, I like her. So I must tell you something about that. I must tell you. It is bad if I'm not going to tell you about her. I like her, so I should say something about her. That is what she says. Last week I met an English lady at my uncle's house in Colombo. Her name is June Palmer. And I must tell you something about her. I must tell you something about her. You should know about her. You should know something about her. I like to tell you something about her because she's so interesting character. Yeah, interesting. She's interesting really. And I must tell you something about her. She likes Ceylon a lot, not Sri Lanka, those days Ceylon. And I must tell you something about her. She likes Ceylon a lot. She likes Ceylon a lot. She likes Ceylon a lot. Although it is different from England. Sri Lanka, that is, Ceylon is not just like England. It is quite different. Maybe there are things that you can see in England, destination sort of boards, and things that when you go to a shop, you find everything in English and Sinhala, basically, generally. So when a Suddha comes, he can understand everything here in Sri Lanka because almost everything is in English, generally, in places, the toilet or whatever, washroom, everything in English, basically, everywhere. So there are similarities, and also we have sort of buildings under the influence, we were under the influence of British people. So for their architecture, their structures, and a lot of things are here. So things like that. Even in modern era, I mean today, in today's era, the people are constructing, creating things, a mini England or something at Nuerelia. I think you have heard of that. Her name is June Palmer. I must tell you something about her. She likes Ceylon a lot, although it is different from England. Colombo is very warm, very warm, very warm. It's a bit hot. Very warm means not cold or cool, whatever. I must tell you something about her. She likes Ceylon a lot, although it is different from England. Colombo is very warm, so she has to wear cotton clothes here. Cotton clothes here. So there, when she goes to she's in Colombo, so she has to wear cotton clothes because it's really soft and it is really good for hot weather, you know. Ceylon a lot. It's different from England. Colombo is very warm, so she has to wear cotton clothes here. Our climate is hot, but some places, our climate is hot. Our climate is hot. Climate and weather, two different things. You know, climate. When you think about a country or a very large area, we talk about climate. Climate is generally a fixed state of weather. Fixed state of weather. Climate of Sri Lanka. You cannot talk about weather of Sri Lanka. Weather means it is changing time to time. I mean the nature of the condition of atmosphere, whether it rains or not, whether it is sunny or not at this time. So therefore, weather is expressed with the time. This morning, we are experiencing a good weather. You would say very warm. So she has to wear cotton clothes here. Our climate is hot, but some places which are in the hills are very cool. For example, Nurelia. Nurelia is really, really cool. We like going to Nurelia. So I'm doing the 100th one. That is the I have done 99 stories. This marks the 100 stories. So therefore, those days when I was telling the stories, not so. They were really, really simple, and I used a very simple language. Now today, even I am using a very simple language, but I am using my general pace. That is my speed. The when I when I use singular, even this is my speed, the natural speed. So when I speak English, it automatically comes to me. So maybe it is bad, I understand perfectly, but you should understand people when they speak naturally. So therefore, if I am going to tell you this story, slowing down, she likes Ceylon a lot. Although it is different from England, you will understand everything, but in the street, you won't be able to understand people, what they are talking about. So therefore, natural pace is really important to you. So using simple English, using simple stories, using natural pace, I'm going to give you a lot for learners of English. I mean, so then you can take it. You can get the real advantage of. You have to make it a point to grasp to get this language. Yeah, okay. Our climate is hot, but some places which are in the hills are very cool. Some places in hills. What is a hill? Hill. We know different types of hills, right? We have the idea, Nai hill or whatever. It is not that hill, not single hill. Hill is part of an elevated part of land. Elevated means elevation. I elevate. I elevate this. Have you heard of elevator? Lift. Lift is going up. For going down, it is okay, but what is difficult is going up. So therefore, we use lifts. Lifting is also taking something up. Elevating is the same thing. That is why we call elevators. The lift is called elevators even. Elevator. Yeah, sorry. I can take only this part of the, I mean, everything is, can you see the condition of the book? Yeah. Norelli, it is a beautiful place. Norelli is really a beautiful place, you know that. And many visitors go there. Very simple language. Many visitors go there. So we can make English language really simple if you want. Clear? Incomprehensible input of Stephen Krashen, if you understand language, you learn it. If you don't understand language, you are not learning. Maybe you think that it is really important to listen to things that you do not understand. The big English, useless. You learn from what you can understand. Clear? Yeah, as it is very cold, everyone has to wear warm clothes. Nuwara, it is a beautiful place and many visitors go there. As it is very cold, everyone has to wear warm clothes. You know what warm clothes? Warm clothes. Warm clothes are sort of a puffy. Puffy means big clothes. Yeah. It's even cotton, I think, yeah. But puffy in a way. As it is very cold, everyone has to wear warm clothes. My uncle and aunt are planning to take Miss Palmer there next week. My uncle and aunt are planning. They are planning to take Miss Palmer there next week. It is in their plans. They are taking not really fixed. That is the reason why they say they are planning, not they have planned. Clear? Not still completed the planning. So my uncle and aunt are planning to take Miss Palmer there next week. You too must visit Ceylon someday. Yeah, dear Pamela, that girl is going to Nuwara next week. Yeah, but Nuwara is really beautiful. If you come to Sri Lanka, you have to go to Nuwara someday. Make it a point. That is, make it happen. Yeah, make it happen. Coming to Sri Lanka and going to Nuwara someday. You too must visit Ceylon someday. There are many interesting places here. She's going to talk about things about Sri Lanka to Pamela, to motivate her, to persuade her, so that she happens to think that way coming to Sri Lanka. There are many interesting places here. For example, Vilpattu National Park. You can see wild animals. Oh, wild animals. What are wild animals? If not a wild animal, what can that be? A wild animal is an animal, its natural habitat. The place of living is forest or somewhere. Not in our places, not in our houses, not a member of the home. So, wild animals, tigers, basically wild animals. Generally, tigers are wild animals, wild cats, and yeah. But if not wild, they are domestic animals, domesticated. Domesticated means we have trained them. For example, cat. For example, dog. First, they were wild dogs, wild cats. I think from the country um, can remember. So wild dogs, but people have tamed them. Tamed them means we train them in a way they don't harm us. For example, wild dog, how. But when we train them, yeah, dog, when we train them, they become harmless. They don't harm us. They don't bite us. Things like that, you understand. So, tamed animals, or domesticated animals, domesticated cat, domesticated dog. Wild animals are really dangerous in a way, naturally. So, if you go to Vilpattu National Park, you can see wild animals there. They go about everywhere in the park. They go about everywhere. About means around, understand? They go about everywhere. They go around. Yeah, something like that. They go about everywhere in the park. You have to watch them silently. Oh, you have to watch them silently. Yeah, don't be noisy. Don't make sort of noises. Be very silent and watch them moving, going, running, whatever. You have to watch them silently. Wild animals are dangerous. You understand? Dangerous. So you must not get out of your car. You must not get out of your car. You have to sit inside. You have to sit inside. Yeah. You have to watch them silently. Wild animals are dangerous. So you must not get out of your car. You must not get out of your car. You should not get out of your car. You should not open your door. Open the door of the car. Wild animals are dangerous, so you must not get out of your car. You have to sit inside where you are safe. You have to sit inside where you are safe. Inside, you are safe. You have to sit inside where you are safe. There you are safe. So where you are safe. You have to sit inside where you are safe. That means there you are safe. Where means there. There you are safe. Yeah. You have to watch them silently. Wild animals are dangerous, so you must not get out of your car. You have to sit inside where you are safe. We hope to go there next month. We hope to go there next month. We are going there next month. There is a circuit bungalow in the park. You know what circuit bungalow is? I'm going to explain what circuit bungalow is. In places there are bungalows, we can pay a little amount of money and we can be there. Yeah. Circuit bungalow in the park. We can spend the night there. We can spend the night there. We have to be there for one night. But before we go, we have to get permission. Yeah. So you should have permission to go there. Otherwise, you cannot go. Maybe hotel corporation or education, Minister of Education, there are second bungalows for the people who are working there. Yeah. From the Department of Wildlife, yeah, we have to get the permission from the Department of Wildlife. You know, wildlife, Wanajeevi, wildlife, and also make arrangements to stay there. Make arrangements to stay there. Yeah, make arrangements if you want a safari, something, a jeep or vehicle. So then you have to inform them that you need a sort of a jeep or whatever it is. Also make arrangements to stay there. It is very interesting to watch animals when they are in the jungle. Oh, it's a very nice thing. It is very interesting to watch animals when they are in the jungle. At the zoo, we see animals, but they do not show their natural ways and means. They are not moving here and there beautifully. The natural movements cannot be seen in um, the zoo. At the zoo, you cannot do that. So, but if you observe them, watch them doing things in the forest, if you have a facility, that would be really interesting to see how they act. They're the real thing. The lion in the jungle, is the real lion. Whatever it does is the real thing, natural thing. He's not acting. He's not doing something unnatural. But in a cage, if there is a lion is natural, but his movements and what they do is not natural. It is very interesting to watch animals when they are in the jungle. Yeah, that is quite true. Vilpattu is not the only place where you can see them. Vilpattu is not the only place you can see them. There are some other places too. Not only Vilpattu, but there are some other places. Whenever we go into the jungle, we have to take our own food. We have to take our own food. When you are going to the jungle, we should not have our food taking them from the trees in the forest. It's really dangerous in many ways. Whenever we go into the jungle, we have to take our own food. Miss Palmer likes rice and curry. Miss Palmer likes rice and curry. Palmer is that lady she met at Colombo, in Colombo. Miss Palmer likes rice and curry, but my aunt has to prepare special dishes as our food is too hot for her. Miss Pamela likes rice and curry. Sri Lankan food, tasty. But my aunt has to prepare special dishes. Special dishes, Sri Lankan food is okay, but it is hot, too hot for other people. Just like Lunuviris, it's too hot for other people. They don't use that much chili powder or whatever, chili. Aunt has to prepare special dishes as our food is too hot for her. Our food is too hot for her. One day we took her to a Buddhist temple. One day we took her to a Palmer, to that girl in Colombo, to a Buddhist temple. She wanted to go in. She wanted to go in. She always wear shoes and things like that. One day we took her to a Buddhist temple. She wanted to go in. So she had to take her shoes off. Taking off shoes. Removing shoes. So she had to take her shoes off. She had to. She happened to. Yeah, it was necessary for her to remove slippers. So she had to. No alternative. She had to. So she had to take her shoes off. You cannot enter a Buddhist temple with your shoes on. With your shoes on. With your shoes on, you cannot go into a Buddhist temple. That's really bad and wrong. Maybe the tourists tourists have no idea about sort of things. She wanted to go in, so she had to take her shoes off, taking off, removing, taking her shoes off. You cannot enter a Buddhist temple with your shoes on. With your shoes on. Wearing shoes, you cannot enter a Buddhist temple. You have to take them off before you go in. Before you go in, you have to remove shoes. Most people here are Buddhists. Most people here are still writing the letter. Most people here are Buddhists. And they go to their temples every full moon day. 1964. The book has been written in 1964. I'm going to tell you 1968 basically, yeah. When we were really small, we can remember Poe Day. A temple is a place to see. Hundreds of thousands of people basically game pansal. Hundreds of people are there. Naturally, every Poe Day. Not Handru has a program. Mal Puja, Vatti Puja program, no, nothing. They themselves come and offer flowers and do the rituals. The chief incumbent of the Lukuhamdru is in his chamber, in his room. Basically, he is also doing a lot of things, chanting sort of gathas or whatever. But generally what happens is, as a habit, they go to temple. Now what happens? Do people go to temple? So they are really, really busy, and the lifestyle has been changed drastically, so that not like that. Those days, no lights, no electricity in villages, but using torches mean electric things, and also burning sort of coconut leaves and things like that. They make lamps, sort of lamps, torches, and then using these torches they come to temple. Poe Day. Definitely they come. Yeah. At least everybody, at least they come at least once a month. At least. We did it. Wonderful. Beautiful period of time. No tuition classes, nothing. Yeah, no O levels. Yeah, tuition classes or whatever, those days. Your shoes on. You have to take them off before you go in. Most people here are Buddhist and they go to their temples every full moon day. They go to their temples every full moon day. Now, if somebody is reading this, they would feel that this is a joke. This is not a joke. This is serious. Pamela, I must stop this letter. Now, because my mother is waiting for me, Pamela, I have to stop this letter, writing the letter, because my mother is waiting for me and I have to go to town with her. In my next letter, I shall write more about the interesting places here in my next letter, I shall write more about the interesting places here. I'm going to write more and more interesting things in my next letter. So, Adi, you understand the thing. What you have to do is to listen to Sinhala. ඒකෙන්ද සිංහලෙන් සිංහල නම් ඔබට ඇහෙන අපි කොච්චර ලස්සනට කියා දුන්නත් ළමයෝ මේක මෙහෙමයි ළමයෝ මෙහෙමයි used to කියන්නේ used to කියන්නේ අපේ අතීතයේ අපි කරපු පුරුද්දක්නේ. ඒතර used to කියන්නේ ඒක දැන් ඔයා කරන්නේ නේ. I used to smoke නේද? I used to smoke ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ මම දුම් බොන්න පුරුදු වෙලා. දැන් මොනවද මේ ඔබට ඇහෙන්නේ? ඔබට ඇහෙන්නේ සිංහල. ඒතර ඔබ හිතන්නේ සිංහලෙන් අපිට හරි ලස්සනට සිංහලෙන් කියා දෙන්න පුළුවන් ලැන්ග්වේජ් එක grammar or whatever. grammar ඉගෙන ගන්න එක කරාට කමක් නැහැ. ඒකේ කිසි වැරද්දක් නැහැ. අපි සිංහලෙන් කරත් කමක් නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔබ මොන දාංගලයක් දාලා හරි ඉංග්‍රීසිම විතරක් ඇහෙන ලෝකයකට පොඩ්ඩක් හරි සතියකට පාරක් හරි එන්න ඕනි. නැත්තම් ඔබට මේ ගමන හරි දුරයි. එහෙනම් මම අද නවතිනවා. subscribe කරන්න, like එකක් දාන්න, press the bell icon so that you receive videos when I upload them. And share this video, and most importantly, comment. Bye.